My wedding is in a month and I'm breaking it off. I know it sounds impulsive, and I suppose it is, but there's a good reason behind it. My 23 female husband-to-be, we'll call him Liar, 36 male, is no longer the man I thought I was marrying, and I'm honestly not sure if he ever was. We met through my brother, 26 male, who set us up on a blind date 2 years ago. My brother met him at work, and apparently they just clicked. He thought Liar and I would be a perfect match. The date went well, and Liar thought it'd be a good idea to go on one again. While on the second date, I thought it would be a good idea to make a few things clear, in case this would lead to a long-term relationship, which it did. I explained that I wasn't interested in being with a religious person, someone who wanted children, etc. Basically anything that could cause problems in the future. One thing I mentioned in particular was that if I wasn't his type, he should be forward about it, because I wasn't interested in changing anything permanently. I'd also like to add that we discussed medical problems, because I'm on medication for a psychological disorder that causes drastic weight fluctuation. He agreed with all my views, even saying that I was exactly his type. And he didn't mind the weight fluctuations either, because it didn't change my appearance all too much, which is true. Well, we've been engaged for 6 months now, and last week, Liar sat me down and told me not to freak out. I listened. He explained that he wasn't entirely honest with me, saying that he was a Christian and that he wanted children. He then continued by saying that he thought I would have changed my mind about these things, but that ultimately we could work through it together in counseling after the wedding. That wasn't where I freaked out, because I wasn't given the chance to. He didn't stop at the stuff mentioned beforehand. He gave me the following list of things that he didn't like about me and thought I'd have to change. Absolutely not. No. 1, I'd have to go off the medication, because he didn't like that sometimes I'd be easy to pick up and other times not so much. Apparently this was embarrassing in front of his friends. 2, I'd have to start wearing makeup. I have a skin condition that doesn't allow for it. 3, dye my hair brown and get it chemically straightened every few weeks. He didn't like the curls and was even willing to pay for it. Yay. 4, get a job. Throw the whole man away. This ain't build okay? And more things of the like. I stayed quiet and said that he'd have to give me a moment. I've been staying at my friend's place for the past week. Liar doesn't know, but he did get my parents, who I haven't spoken to since I was 14, to call me. Apparently he's had contact with them the entire relationship, knowing full well what they put me through. Oh god. Yeah, no, like that's like, this man played you for a fool, bestie. I honestly just don't know what to do anymore. I'm leaving, but I'm not sure how to tell him. Do you want me to tell him? Give me your phone. Suck a massive. It kind of sounds like he just, like, doesn't respect who you are as a person at all. And like I said, this isn't build a. You don't get to just, like, tell people who you want them to be. Like, unless it's something that, like, you're trying to get them to be a better person. Okay, I don't know what to do. I've been sleepless for days because of this. I need to get this all off my chest, or my heart might explode. My wedding is on the 19th, and my bachelorette party was last Saturday and was organized by my best friend, Lucy. I partied with my bridesmaids, had some shit, and they were so excited for me marrying the love of my life, Erwin. We've been together for 3 years. After the party, everyone was and went home, leaving Lucy and I in the Airbnb. I wasn't that at most tipsy, so I helped her clean up because I'll be staying the night with her too. While we were cleaning, she's silent, which is very not her. She was very active during the party, so I thought she was just tired. So I told her I can finish up and she can rest. So she went to the bedroom. While I was finishing the dishes, she returned to the kitchen. She told me she needs to tell me something. So I stopped what I was doing, and then she said she's sorry. She didn't expect that Erwin would ask me for marriage because it was a bet gone wrong. I was confused and I asked her to elaborate. But what she basically told me is that when I first introduced them to each other, she and Erwin had a bet that if he can get me to marry him, she will exclusively date him. Apparently, they've been secretly dating since before I met Erwin. Their relationship was so toxic they had these constant breaks, but on this particular break, she allowed him to date anyone. That's when Erwin and I met. When I asked her why she's only telling me this now, she said she felt guilty. She didn't want to hurt me, but she didn't want to take full accountability and acknowledged Erwin's part in this. She was trying to convince Erwin to come clean together, but he refused and told her the bet was long gone because he was genuinely in love with me already. When I asked her if she still has feelings for Erwin, she answered yes. And she realized how good of a man Erwin is now. When I asked if Erwin knows how she feels about him, she answered no, but if I allow her, she'll confess her feelings for him. At that point, I just left. I had no energy left, even if I wanted to slap her at that moment. I feel so played and betrayed and humiliated. The two closest people in my life made me a pawn to their sick games. I don't know what to do, where to start. I'm so confused. It's been 3 days and I haven't told anyone yet, not even Erwin, who's in Hong Kong, not even my parents. Lucy hasn't tried to contact me and I didn't think she'd say anything yet to Erwin. The wedding is in 2 weeks. How do I face this? I didn't expect this post to blow up. When I wrote my original post, I was emotional. Maybe that's why I have omitted some important facts. Also, I'm not a native English speaker, so maybe some stuff I wrote were lost in translation. I also commented on my original post about my history with Lucy if you're interested. A little history of how Erwin and I met. We met at a company event. My company was the host and his was one of our clients. We bonded over the after party and exchanged numbers. Days after he added me on Facebook, I actually saw that he and Lucy were mutual friends. So I asked him if they knew each other. He answered yes. They met during their internship days, but they weren't close. I asked Lucy too, and she confirmed it too, so I didn't make a big deal of it. We began casually dating, no labels, just to see where things went. I know he's been seeing someone else at this time, as I do too. But when we admitted to wanting to make things official with us, we broke up with our casual flings, and the rest is history. I appreciate everyone who reached out. Thank you for the kind messages, and it made me realize to think of my situation logically, and so I did. Erwin and I already talked. I picked him up from the airport yesterday and I told him about Lucy's confessions. He went pale, but he was calm. He told me to ask everything I want to know and he will answer truthfully. I'll try to summarize everything here. Did he know that I was Lucy's best friend when we met? No. They didn't talk much about their personal lives when they were together, but he knows that Lucy's best friend's name is my name. But when we met, he didn't really put the pieces together. How long were they dating before we met? He did not keep count because they were on and off again, but they were casually seeing each other for around 4 months before we met. And in his mind, they were never official as they didn't label their relationship. He did try to pursue her, but she kept messing up with his head. So when she allowed him to date when they were on a break, he thought of it as a way out. Did they really bet on me? Yes, but he did not take it seriously. He also did not initiate it. When did the bet happen? It happened days after I introduced him as a friend to Lucy. He admitted that since we were not exclusively dating, he still sees Lucy. Lucy initiated the bet, and if he does win, she will know that he's mature enough to seriously date. When did their relationship end? A month or so before we made our relationship official. He already broke things off with Lucy because he was starting to fall for me. Lucy took it well and did not even bring up the bet. Why did Lucy all of a sudden bring up the bet? Lucy started bringing it up after we made our engagement official. Okay, so she jealous? He admitted to having forgotten about the bet until she reminded him of it. So when Lucy reached out to come clean, he refused because he didn't think it was that serious. Is he aware of Lucy's feelings? No, he genuinely thinks Lucy is happy for us. Right now, I don't know where to go from here. I believe him, but I don't like the idea that the foundation of our relationship is from a bet. Whether it be serious or not, it's still not good. I agree. Can we rebuild trust from here? I don't know, but I'm willing to try. Aside from this issue, Erwin has been a great boyfriend, and I don't want to make a harsh decision about us and regret it in the end. What I do know now is that we need to call off the wedding. He told me that he'll understand if I don't want to go on with the wedding anymore, but he asked me to consider our relationship because he loves me and he'll do anything to regain my trust back. I also learned that Lucy actually tried to contact Erwin days after the bachelorette party, but Erwin missed her calls. She's still not reaching out to me, but I don't care anymore. Many of you say that she's sabotaging our relationship. This is her last-ditch effort to have Erwin by herself, and I think you're right. It hurts that our 11 years of friendship have ended this way. So there, I think this will be my last update. Everything from here on will be Erwin and I's decisions. Oh my. Yeah, you definitely need to throw that whole friend away, because that's crazy.